Well, the electrician's been and I'm fixed. I've got my saws back, I've got my air conditioner on, all my cameras are working, and I'm very, very pleased about that. Somebody made a comment on one of the videos that even though I said I didn't have power, under my bench they could see a red light on a power board. Well, you're absolutely correct. Unfortunately, that's a 10 amp circuit. I need a 15 amp circuit, which is actually about 20 or 25 amps at the fuse box, and that's the one that blew. So yes, you're right, I did have 10 amps, but it won't run any of my tools. So there we go. Cleaned that one up, I hope, or cleared it up anyway. So what I've done in the meantime, once I got my saw back, I just ran the saw blade along the bottom, the top, and over the ends, and the top there. And yeah, I stuffed up and I ran them under there too. I got all excited having machines back. But not to worry. Seeing I stuffed it up with one, I did it the other side, and all of a sudden it's a design opportunity. So I'm just going to put these solid edges on, and all I'm going to do is cut them, glue them in, and hold them in with tape. So we'll do a couple, then we'll let them dry. Again, you can use PVA, but seeing I've got the glue pot on, I might as well use it. And we just put that over there. I'm not going to bother mitering the ends here. If it was a large box, I might, but quite frankly, it's a pencil case, and I don't want to do it. And I would also like to thank everyone for your positive feedback comments on that video I posted with Room for Woodwork. Wasn't quite sure how that was going to go across, but I was pleasantly surprised. So I'm looking forward to continuing with, I think I'm sniffing too much glue, continuing with that project. And we've got some projects coming up in the new year, and as soon as this pencil case is finished, we're moving right into a cedar cabinet, which is going to be primarily all hand tools, but I will show you alternatives you can use with machines or power tools if you wish. Doesn't need fancy clamps. Masking tape's absolutely fine. I'll go ahead and do these bits, and you'll notice I haven't done the end bits yet. The reason for that is I'll wait until these are glued, then I trim them off, then I do the end bits absolutely last. So I'll go ahead, do this, we'll let them dry, then we'll take them off, clean them up, either with a plane or on a router, and that's it. Screw the top in, and we're finished. Hurrah! While I was waiting for the electrician to come back, I got a phone call that my router has been fixed, so I went and picked that up, and I thought I'd show you how to use a router to do the rebates as well as a saw. bit I used was a ProMac rebate cutter. You could get away with using just a straight bit, but make sure that the distances between your fences and out here and your height are exactly the rebate you want. But anyway, that's it. That's how to do that with a router. All right. Well, I decided I'd tidy the shed up before I did this, and it was giving me the creeps. So I tidied the shed up and got into it, and then I realised I wasn't actually filming. But luckily, I've left the last little bit so you can see how to plane it off, and I caught up to speed on some of the other ones that I'm doing. And I'll show you a great mistake that I made. There was an error because I tried to rush it, but I'll show you how we can fix it. Now, what I did with these, with my block plane, I just took them down to as close as I could. But luckily I've got a bit left here. I can show you how to do it. Now, you can do it on the router. I wasn't all that keen on the router, to tell you the truth. It did a reasonable job, but I did get a little bit of tear out on the one with burl that I had to correct later on. So if you don't rush it, use a plane. And I'll show you another reason why you shouldn't rush things shortly. Let's just pop that in, which is the way the grain's going. Pop that in there. And then with a reasonably fine blade, just take it down as far as you feel comfortable to take it down. Some people that might be a 16th of an inch. Other people it might be a 64th of an inch. You take it right down. You don't want it to actually start planing the veneer. Okay, that's just a feather above where we want it. And the same with this one. I'll just take this off. And I'm just going to clean that up now with a bit of sandpaper. I reckon a bit of 180. Just to bring it down to the level that I want. And it also takes that little glue mark out that's there. Like so. When you're doing this cross piece here, just be mindful that you don't catch and rip the paper and rip into this corner.